Dear 18. December 2022. This was the day that finally made Lionel Messi a legend. In a highly dramatic final against France, he led his country to the World Cup title. After more than 1,000 competitive matches, 7 titles as World Player of the Year and hundreds of goals, there is no longer any doubt. Messi is the current GOAT and is on a par with icons such as Maradona and Pelé. But even if Messi is almost something of a god for many football fans, he is a normal person off the pitch. And it is precisely this person and his life that we want to take a closer look at in this video. We'll show you how Messi lives his everyday life, what his habits, hobbies and interests are, and what it's like to live as a superstar of his caliber. We also tell you some exciting background information about Messi's life, so it will be very interesting. So stay tuned here at Brain Bites. Oh, and take the opportunity to write us in the comments who is the best football player of all time for you. We are curious. Before we show you a day in Messi's current life, let's first take a look at his career, because his story is not known to many, but makes it clear what kind of person he really is. In his childhood, pretty much everything spoke against him ever becoming a professional footballer. He grew up in the Argentine city of Rosario and had to struggle with difficulties that probably only very few people know. Since his parents had to work around the clock to feed the family, his grandmother was the only one who could drive the young Messi every day to football training at his youth club Grandoli FC. He was there until his 13th birthday. He was always the best player. But there was one thing that almost ruined his career at the time, namely its size. As a child, Messi had a lack of growth hormones, which ultimately led to him being just 1.40 meters tall at the age of 13. Many therefore considered him too small to become a professional, and his coaches said that he could only make the leap to the professionals with the help of growth hormone therapy. However, this therapy cost over $900 a month and was simply too expensive for his parents. So it all looked like Messi's dream of playing professional football would burst until his parents had an idea. Messi had some relatives in Catalonia at the time who had contact with FC Barcelona via detours. They told the scouts there about Messi, whereupon they flew to Argentina and made him an unbeatable offer. If he comes to Barcelona with his parents, the club would not only pay for hormone therapy for his growth, he would also ensure that Messi gets the chance to train with the best young players in the world. Messi's entire family immediately agreed, and they immediately signed the contract. According to legend, even on one served in the restaurant. The rest is history. But now let's come to a day in Messi's life today. This usually starts at 6 o'clock in the morning and of course at his home. Messi currently lives in the luxurious Parisian district of Noisy-sur-Seine. However, his home is not what you imagine for the world's highest paid footballer. Instead of living in a gigantic villa with swimming pools, gyms and private cinemas, Messi wakes up every morning in a relatively modest townhouse by his standards. The house has approx 300 square meters, only a small garden, and just 4 bedrooms. However, it offers a luxurious roof terrace with a beautiful view over Paris and costs at least €20,000 rent per month. After waking up, Messi has breakfast around 7 a.m. with his wife and 3 sons, who are 4, 7 and 10 years old. While his family can treat themselves to croissants, cereals and so on, Messi, as a competitive athlete, has to pay consistent attention to his diet at breakfast. It is therefore usually yogurt or quark with fruit, oil and nuts, and consistently avoids industrial sugar. However, his diet was not always so exemplary. Until 2014, he was known for eating extremely unhealthy for a professional athlete. He ate almost exclusively sugar and fatty foods, so his diet has repeatedly affected his athletic performance. He is even said to have used the Coke machine on the grounds of FC Barcelona every day. Only when his former coach and good friend Pep Guardiola spoke a word of power and Messi said that he would not stay at the top of the world for long with this diet, he began to eat better. He had an individual nutrition plan made by an Italian nutrition expert and has been strictly following it ever since. After breakfast, the Messi family leaves the house. While his wife takes his sons to school and kindergarten, Messi drives to training. In everyday life, He drives a Mercedes GLE coupe. In his garage there are also a Ferrari Spider, a Maserati Gran Turismo, and a Cadillac Escalade, as well as some other mid-size cars. It is also curious that Messi has to drive almost 20 minutes for the route to SK's training ground and has no chauffeur for it. After arriving at the PSG training facilities, Messi usually starts training directly, although he is the absolute superstar in the Paris Saint-Germain team and is more or less idolized even by his highly talented teammates Neymar and Mbappe. He himself insists on being treated like everyone else in training, according to his colleagues. However, a special feature is also unavoidable in training, and that is his absolutely unique talent. While his dribbles and goals already inspire millions of people on TV, his skills in training should be much more blatant. Even football legends like Thierry Henry were stunned when they played with Messi. Despite his abilities, according to many sources, Messi should not train as excessively hard as, for example, his eternal rival Cristiano Ronaldo. While Ronaldo also steals his muscles around the clock at home, Messi is trying to improve his agility. The reason for this lies in the way he plays. He prefers to improve his speed and agility instead of hanging out a lot in the weight room. On the one hand, he trains a daily session exclusively in the direction of running to improve his sprints, and then a unit in agility training, which helps him to get past his opponents as flexibly as possible. After training, however, Messi's working day really starts in the early afternoon. Almost every day he finds himself at advertising shoots or business meetings with companies such as Adidas, Lay's, or Turkish Airlines. The money he earns from these partnerships is estimated to total over 100 million euros annually, making him one of the highest earning celebrities in the world. But Messi is not just an advertising face. In fact, he is now also a real entrepreneur. Just this year, he founded the company Playtime Sports Tech Holding with a business partner. With this company, he invests mainly in companies from the tech, sports, and media sectors, and partly also in startups from Silicon Valley. Of course, his company also regularly requires Messi to make investment decisions and attend meetings. But of course, Messi also has free time in the evening or late afternoon at the latest. Until a few years ago, he spent it mainly with a hobby. He was a passionate FIFA player and was always considered one of the best FIFA players in his teams. However, since his sons are born, he prefers to spend time with them. And of course, he also brings football closer to his sons. His two eldest, Thiago and Matteo, are already playing in SK's youth department. Matteo in particular is proving to be extremely talented, and many coaches and scouts believe he could follow in his father's footsteps. By the way, Messi has another interest that he devotes himself to when he is completely alone, namely playing the piano. Argentinian has been practicing this for several years on the side and seems to have mastered the instrument. After the usually exhausting training and working day, Messi's day ends as he began, with his family. The family's dinner together is usually prepared by Messi's private chef and strictly according to the recipes of his nutritionist. By the way, another important aspect of Lionel Messi's life comes into play while eating. One of the most important pillars in his life is religion. Messi is not only very Catholic, he also prays daily, including before dinner, and even has 2 Christian tattoos. By the way, he has already said in interviews that he doesn't like it when fans call him a football god. Of course, he feels honored by this, but he would not like to be placed on the same level as God or Jesus. After dinner, the family usually just lets the day end. For Messi, this means above all that he has to live up to his role as a father. So he plays with his sons, puts them to bed, and reads to them. He spends the rest of the evening with his wife Antonella, with whom he has been together since 2009. But of course, Messi's life doesn't always look like this. When it's not season, Messi jets around the world with his family. Therefore, there are regularly new holiday pictures of him and his family, be it in a private jet, on various yachts, or in Messi's villa in Barcelona, where he lived for over 10 years. In addition to Barcelona, Messi also has a preference for Miami and is therefore often in the USA. For this reason, there are always rumors that Messi may move to Inter Miami at the end of his career. Write us in the comments what you think of Messi's lifestyle and his person. And of course, subscribes to Brain Bites. Otherwise, until next time, here at Brain Bites.